taking the time to join us first of all. I guess gyms and swimming pools are something that have become part of the routine, sadly, over the last 14 months.
Yeah, it has been. Obviously for myself, it's been part of the programme, and the programme's changed from time to time because you feel different things obviously around where the injury obviously occurred in the knee, and that progress is it sets back a little bit, and then you need to take one step back to take obviously two forward, and the physios are working very closely with us just to make sure it's right, basically.
But I guess with each session you do, it's another tick in the box on the road to recovery. Yeah,
well, I think over the last 2 months, I'd say everything has been progress going forward. So I think it's all the work we're doing behind the scenes, and the hard work, the long hours, it's all coming to the floor now. So it's progression. It's obviously good for myself. It's good for the physios, but we need to keep ticking those boxes, and as I say, hopefully for the aim is to get back out in the park.
As the manager said a couple of weeks ago, that there is a big light at the end of that long tunnel now, isn't there?
Yeah, well, obviously he's got a job to do. Basically, is focus on the team, and pretty much when you obviously get injured, who's in charge of you is the physios, basically, and that's at the end of the day, it's a big business, and that's how it works. And the physios have been superb with me. They've took obviously their time and long hours to work very closely and hard with myself, and join in and make it that bit more competitive, and they've been great.
A week or two ago we put a video out on social media of you doing some pretty hard running and banging the ball into the top corner of the net and everything. Yeah. How good a feeling was that for you to get to that stage of being able to do that?
Well, I've been outside for quite a bit now, so it's been really good, and to obviously kick the ball and just work on things like your first touch and finishing, but the pre-season, the hard work, obviously getting the heart rate up, and everything's monitored now through a GPS program that's attached to you, and they can see live obviously data now, which is incredible. So to be honest with you, it's you're in the right place. Basically, the rest of the stuff is up to myself, and there's no point, you can't cut corners and the type of injury like this, and obviously that's the type of person I'm anyway. I don't cut corners, so it's been good that the physios have obviously seen a different side to me, because they've only known me as being injured, basically. So they've seen me out in the park, and they've been really impressed with the progress I've made. So as I say, long may it continue.
Given where you were 12, 13 months ago to where you are now, how good does that feel?
To be honest with you, I think it's incredible. For obviously where you are then to where I've obviously come now, because at certain stages of rehab, you obviously don't think it's possible, to be quite honest. The physios and stuff they've basically just seen me as being an injured player, because it's happened so early on in the season, and we're into another season now, and all the way through obviously the pre-season as well. But now obviously they've seen obviously myself outside and playing, and to be honest, some of the staff come up to me and saying you're actually okay, you're a no bad player, and because obviously they've just seen me as, and I always wind the lads up, to be fair, and say I'm going for the head physio job and all that stuff, and different things like that, because to be honest, a great bunch of lads have got to get obviously a dressing room, and it's good, and you like to be party, obviously involved with all the boys, and even the backroom staff as well. The physio, it's great, it's a great environment, and that's helped me been in there day to day, and they'll probably say I've helped them in times as well when their heads are down, because obviously they're playing, and I'm getting in there trying to be how fresh as I can for obviously the new week ahead of rehab, basically.
You mentioned earlier that occasionally you've had a step backwards, now you're progressing forwards, but how do you handle those two?
Well, to be honest with you, everybody wants to take the steps forward, but nobody likes the backward steps, and that's part and parcel of rehab. It's tough because the physios have got a job and a plan, and what they stick to, and it could all go up in smoke, basically, if you get that setback or something happening, and it's just one of those things.
So on the positive side then, at the moment you're feeling strong and very good?
Yeah, I feel strong. The fitness side of things, I've been ticking the boxes, and as I said, the GPS system, and they've been really, really happy on that side. But the main thing for me is to get you know, in a game-related situations, because it's all been the furthest I've got is like a 2v2 situation, and it's with the staff involved. So I need to be around the players and you know, feel their weight run about and pushing and you know, slide tackles and all that type of stuff that comes with it. Because as soon as you cross that white line on a Saturday, you know, they don't feel sorry for you. There's none of that. So I want to try and get back into that as basically as quick as I can. But you know, I know myself, it's such a severe injury that I need to be right.
Is that the next step then, to get into that sort of environment?
Yeah, I'm not that far away, and to be honest with you, I can't wait. To be honest, it's been far too long for myself, because, as I said previously, it's been, you know, 6 weeks that I'd been out for previous to this injury, and now to have 14 months out of the game basically is, you know, it's been tough, but I'm still smiling, I'm still battling, and that's exactly where I'll be.
Is there a game in mind, or given how long you've been out for, would that be daft to set a specific target?
To be honest with you, I'd be crazy, to be honest, to name a game and different things like that, because you know, you'd only set yourself back if you don't hit that target, or you might come back earlier than that. You just don't know, and it's obviously, as I said to you, in hindsight again, you'd love to know, but I've just now take it one day at a time, progress each day. As I say, I've got, you know, strength one day, outside, in the pool, different things like that. So, you know, they're mixing it up and try to make it as probably as enjoyable, as crazy as it sounds, but as enjoyable as possible for myself, because it's been obviously loads of different programs and different things like that. But you know, I'm glad I've moved through the stages and, you know, ticked all the boxes, as we say. And I'm at a stage now where I need to get through this program, and obviously to get to the main aim is to be with the lads, and then obviously out in the park.
Fans are certainly looking forward to seeing you back. Have you felt their support through all of this?
Yeah, I have. It's been incredible. You know, when I first came here, there's always that connection basically for the Leeds side and how they're going to react. But you know, the fans have been superb with me. I've felt that connection. You know, when you get into the city, everybody just wishing you well, and you know, it's obviously a tremendous club. I have been a fan basically. I've been there. I've felt, you know, I've been speaking to the fans and different things, and you get caught up in it in match day. And you know, I'm always, you know, when it's away from home and I'm training on Saturday, I'm always looking out for the results and different things, because these lads are my mates, and you know, we win and we lose together. So I'm, you know, so close to now with a bunch of lads, and as I say, the fans as well, and everybody just wished us all the best. So I just want to get out there, as I say, show them obviously the faith they've stuck by me and my teammates and stuff, and try and do well for the club.
I'm guessing, well, most footballers aren't great watchers of football. Are you the same?
Well, to be honest, I think all last season was very hard for me to watch football, and that is nothing down to you know, the way I was in general. It was just through the injury. I just found it very hard. It was just, you know, difficult to sit and watch, but obviously, you know, you feel as if you should be out there, and obviously I was just creating that mental you know, toughness in my head basically, because I was playing my head at times, playing my mind, and but you know, it gradually gets easier, and you know, it comes a point in time where you need to say, you know, I'm a footballer, and you know, get back involved in the swing of things. But I'll be honest, I did watch, always try and, you know, keep up to date with everything that's going on, even with my obviously mates and different things that play in different teams, and that's just the person I am. You know, I've loved football since I was a kid, and you know, you can't change that fact. Obviously, just because an injury comes, you know, you eat, sleep and breathe football. At times, these lads will tell you, when you go even away for training, you still need to eat right, sleep right, rest right, do everything you possibly can, and that's the way the game's got now.
That was leading on to the next question of what have you made to the start of the season, the first couple of months?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I think the fans and even the players, the backroom staff are scratching their heads saying, you know, we're getting in the lead, and why we're not going on in maybe now 2, 3, 4 and try and kill teams off, and sometimes that's maybe led to the downfall when we've conceded last minute goals, which is very disappointing. But you know, if that's the case and we're actually 5th in the league, just obviously see where we are when obviously we do start putting 2, 3, 4 bye teams. But it's been tough because there's been so many people obviously leave and so many people obviously coming in, and sometimes that creates a bit of, you know, confusion in the squad. But you know, it hasn't been like that. You know, it's been great, great bunch of boys, as I've said, and everybody's together. But when you cross that white line on a Saturday, it's, you know, we'd all just wish we get a wand and say, you know, we'll win 4-0 and this and that. But you know, you still got to do it. You still got to put the ball in the back of the net, and you know, we're in a good position just now, and long may it continue that we keep winning games and stay unbeaten.
Final question: when you do get to that point where you're ready to come back, is that going to be your next big battle to get into the team?
I think it is, because you know they've added competition for places, and you know, one thing for myself that I've always really had is, you know, I've had energy. I can add goals, create goals, and you know, if I get my chance, it's got to be up to me to try and take it. And you know, that's why I'm working long hours to try and come back fitter and stronger than I was even when I moved to Hull. So that's what I'm working on just now. And as I said, the last piece of the puzzle is to get back involved with the lads and back playing. I'll know what way I start, but one thing I'll do, I'll be giving 110%.